We're doing a mask proof face today. Obviously putty on top to sort of kill the distraction that's happening in the lower region of our faces. I mean, what can you do? What can you do when this is our life? This is it, guys. First up is my Revolution Pore Blur. It's a blur and primer, and that's exactly what it does. So I put a little bit on my finger and put it on my T-zone for one, and also my cheeks. I literally need the littlest bits. I don't like to go overboard. I don't like to load my face with product and then the foundation and everything sits on top. It's just a lot. It's like opportunity for a slip and slide, and I'm not doing that. It's a little bit like silicone-y, but it's amazing how it just blends beautifully into the skin. And then I'm going in with my LA Girl Peach Corrector. Yes, baby. This rain though, I'm sorry if you can hear the rain. There's nothing I can do. I literally had to switch my light on in here because it's a situation. It's so overcast, it's dark, but it is what it is. So I'm putting a little bit over there, in here, and I'm literally squeezing the smallest amount because I don't want too much on my face, and then I'm stuck with all that product, and I'm literally loading my face with cream before I go in with my foundation and concealer. It's a lot. So any darkness that I want to cancel, I have a little bit of darkness there from Once Upon a Time in 2013. I think I've spoken about that. It's not a lot. It's just, I think on my chin too. Okay, there's a spot there that I don't like. I feel like that's basically it. And now I'm just blending it all out. So I'm going to start there on my chinny chin chin. And I have a mirror right here so I can go into my eyes and do what I need to do. And like I said, it's the smallest amount because I'm really not trying to overload. I'm just trying to mask those dark shadows. There will be cream and concealer and going on top of this, so this is not the time where I'm completely cancelling everything. I went right ahead off camera and put on a little more, and now I'm blending it out. I might have gone a little bit heavy now, but the sponge is gonna take care of it. It's gonna take care of the excess anyway. Look up to get right under the eye. Under the eye! I love this weather, but it's messing with the sound of this video. But there's nothing I can do, so I'll just enjoy the weather. If life gives you lemons, what do you make?
Lemonade! Fresh squeezed lemonade! I'll have some lemonade.
Lemon water. Because lemonade needs a whole other list of ingredients, and we ain't got no time for that. We ain't got that. We got lemons. And that's it. That's the base we can work on. Yeah. I like to go in to set that color correcting with the LA Girl Pro Powder. It's a banana yellow setting powder. Literally putting a little bit on the cap, just a little bit, and then dabbing that little thing right in there. Ooh, I think I just took a lot. Tap tap tap, tap 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 it off, and then going right in to set. I mean, I could have literally done this with a brush, so that I pick up a minimal amount. All I'm doing is stamping that corrector in at this point. I ain't trying to do too much. I don't want it to move, so, and I still have so much product left over. I'm gonna leave that right there for later and go in with my brush and literally take off the excess, clean it right up, because I don't want my foundation going on to all that maize meal on my face, all that baking powder and wheat flour on my face. Now I am doing my foundation. I'm gonna be mixing the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation. I used to love this stuff, and I still do actually. It does not move. It literally does not move. I'm using 48 Sun Beige and 58 True Caramel just to create my own blend, because that's what helps me the most. I really love this stuff. It's light, it's easy to wear, it's full coverage. I think the only reason I stopped wearing it in Bible is because we had lockdown, and I mean, I wasn't going nowhere. I was just sitting at home, couch potatoing, and I was looking for something more natural, light coverage. But yeah, I'm going back to these babies. I love them, and I have to mix them because I am 50 shades of yellow bone, caramel, sand, natural sand, beige, natural beige, olive. I don't know. For my face, I literally use like 2 dots of sun beige and 1 dot of true caramel. And I'm just gonna put that all over my face. A little at the bottom, because that's where my mask goes off. And I'm just gonna start blending that in. Literally pouncing it on my skin like that. And as you can see, I'm concentrating a lot of this product on the top half of my face, because the bottom half is getting a mask. So why would I waste product there that's just gonna be wiped off? And I like to spend quite a bit of time on my skin, because if the canvas isn't perfect, I mean, what are you doing? What are you playing at? And one other tip, I will always do my hair, my edges, before I go into foundation. Because imagine doing your foundation and then you have your brush going into the gel, into your hair. It just creates a whole caramel fudge mess in your hairline. And I'm not doing that. Just taking time to stamp that product in. So now that I have this base going on, I want to go in with a little bit of concealer to brighten and conceal a little bit more under my eyes, on my chin, a little bit on my forehead, just to get a uniform look, because there is no way I'm going out looking like all toffee up top and vanilla down here and the rest of my body. Going in now with a recent discovery that I absolutely love. It's L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. This thing is amazing. I mean, I've never personally used the Shape Tape, the Tarte Shape Tape, but I've heard this is an amazing dupe. So I'm going right in with the stuff. I've used it now for about a month, and I'm convinced. And I'm color 333, and I just go right in to the corners there, very similar to how I've put down the color correcting concealer before. And I put a little bit on my eyelids, because that's a beautiful base and primer for whatever color I'm putting on. And then I will literally put 2 little dots over there on my chin and a little bit on my forehead. I mean, I feel like I have the tiniest forehead, so I don't need a lot, and I don't want it going into my hairline once again. And now we blend that out. And then I go into my forehead. My tiny little forehead. Big head, small forehead. I mean, God. How? João. And then down my nose. Down the bridge of my nose. You can barely see that, but I swear to you, once we've set with powder, it just pops and it does the most. I need to bring that bridge a little bit forward. I mean, I don't have to flat a bridge. And now the little bit of powder I had left over, I'm going to take some of that on a brush, like a tapered face brush, getting the excess off. And I go under my eye with this. And I always hit the top of my eye before that concealer creases, because I don't want no creases there. And then another important part to hit is, for me anyway, is there, because I'll be hella creasy there. I swear to you, I have a wrinkle forming there, and it's a one point on my face I'm literally trying to fight. Well, not trying to fight, because I take good care of my skin, but you can stop a wrinkle when it's forming. But you can help it along. You can help it along on its journey. A bigger brush, literally move that product right into that cap, tap it off, and then the rest of my face. Not forgetting the ears, and down there on my neck where I have gone in with some cream product. That all needs to set. And I'm tapping, and then when it's all covered, I'll go in and like brush off lightly, very lightly. The rain stopped. Now I'm going to contour using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palettes. Honestly, this is my jam. I'm not a big fan of a cream contour. I will only cream contour for like really important events in my life, like when I get married, for instance, on my wedding day. Like, then I pull out the big guns. But every day, like day to day, I ain't got no time, and I only want like the lightest contour. I'm not out here sculpting for what? I ain't walking down no aisle. I'm walking down the shop aisle. What I do is first use that color, Toffee, in conjunction with Hollow to create like depth, and then I'll go into tan to bronze, and it's the littlest amount once again, because I'm not trying to like do a whole schlep, because I ain't going down no runway. But yeah, so that color, tan, but starting off with Toffee and Hollow. Let's go. Going to Toffee a little bit, and I'm literally going in like that and that, and then dusting off the excess. I'm going right above the hollow, like a little bit above the hollows of my cheeks. And then because my forehead is narrow, I'm not trying to like make it smaller. All I do is right at the bottom of my temples, I'll stamp some products on and literally glide it into my hollow and down under here, under my jawline. So that's the motion. Get a little bit up just for uniformity, but that's what I do. And that's the lightest contour, because why are you going, CC, with your all brown, like brown bark contour in the store? I mean, if that's the life you want to live it. But for me, it's heavy. It's a lot. And that's bringing some color right back into my face. It's not excessive. It doesn't change my skin tone. It's warmth. And that's what you need. And then I'll go into tan once again a little bit. And then right above what I've just done, put some color up there, just to warm, because because uniformity is key. I'm not trying to look like a toasted almond up on my face and then once again milk on the rest of my body. Yeah, taking some time to admire that skin because a little bit of a glow from our concealer, but that tan and that little bit of a bronze just makes it come alive, and I'm appreciative. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for that. I have nothing to say. I have no words. Speechless. Why can't I look like that? Like the very minute I wake up. Why? Like, I don't think it's too much to ask for. Anyway, I'm gonna go into the Revolution Matte Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray, and this stuff also super amazing. I do this as an interim step, and I'm gonna hit the bottom because that's where the mask is going, and I ain't trying to play with it. I don't want any of this moving. I mean, some will budge, but let's help it. Let's assist. Let's assist where we can. Now, to start off with, I'm gonna go into the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Like, I love this baby. I spend so much on it and I never use it, which is sacrilege. But we'll go into like warm shades. I'm thinking Low Blow and Sauced. Don't do this. So this is Low Blow, and right next to it is Sauced, just for a little bit of a shadow into my crease. And I'm using the brush that it came with because I actually quite like it. Very precise for packing, but also does a good job to feather out the product. I'm putting that right there in my crease. Just there. And as you can see, it's very, very minimal product. Just to create a bit of a shadow for now, before we spice things up. And then I'm gonna go into He Devil. It's almost like a burnt orange, sort of like spicy sienna color, and it's just gonna give a nice lift to the eye and add more warmth. On a fluffy brush, a little bit more tapered, I'm putting that still on the outer corner, and then when there's like a little bit of product left, I'll move it in. Start to move it in. Circular motions on the eye, on my eye, there, just on the outside and right in that crease. I'm sorry guys, the lighting outside is changing once again. It's overcast and it's gray. Bloody hell, it's like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and it could easily be like 6 with the lighting, the way it's set up. I can't anymore. But anyway, I'm going into the next color. I'm going into On Fuego. A little bit more red, a little bit more brick, but still hella spicy. So with like a round fluffy brush, picking up a little bit of the product once again into the outer corner, just to build up intensity. That's all I am doing. Build up a little bit of intensity and a little bit of heat. Circular motions. That's what's up. And now I'm going in with my 350 with those two shades, that baby and this baby. Just a little spicy mix of those two orangey babies, and I'm literally putting it on the outer corner on my lid, just packing it on there at this point. Can you see what that's doing? Just giving me a nice flush of orange. I'm getting all the fall vibes right now. That's my mom, guys, being extra like she is, knocking on my window because she's outside doing, I don't know, heaven what. I think she just got back from work. Can you see what that's done? That's given us some color, a little bit, and that's gonna blend into whatever like shade we put in the inner corner and looks so beautiful. I literally live for this. This like fall, autumny eye. I could be somewhere in like Aspen, Colorado, living my best life in front of a crackling fire, looking out into the trees and the mountains. Spicy warm with a cup of hot chocolate in my hands, under a blanket. Oh, reading an amazing book. I live for that life. That needs to happen for me one day. It needs to happen for me one day. I'm gonna use one of the browns in this palette. I'm thinking this one, just for a little bit of depth under, all of that brightness, or rather in the outer corner, literally right there, immediately right there, and then sneaking up into the outer corner. Going into this eye, guys, the thunder, the lightning, I mean, it's Hocus Pocus out here, or Macbeth, the three witches bard, or whoever they are. The thunder, that's a lot. But I'm going in with the orange again, just to blend that out, and lightly along the edges, and then I feather it. Just feather it there. Then I'll go in again with my clean brush. Just make sure the edges are like smooth, no harsh lines. And now the rain's back. I mean, that was loud. That was unnecessary. Okay. Sure. That's a lot. Like, that's a lot. I love the rain, but not the thunder. Joburg weather is, it's extra. We don't need the spice. We don't. Guys, this palette, the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, it's amazing. I mean, I collect all these palettes and I never use them. This color, I think it's called Gold Dimmed, and this one, Famous. I've dipped my brush into both those colors and I'm spritzing it with some fixing spray and going right in. Maybe I need my mirror to do this for precision. Okay, and I'm gonna try and put that into the inner corner and working it up. Oh my god, look at that lid. And just to soften that gold, that yellow a little bit, I'm gonna go into this color right here. It's called Rich Girl. I mean, from the palette to God's ears. Yes, it's like a little bit more silvery pink. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Such a nice topper, and it definitely tones that color down so much. I mean, there's my hood, my hooded eye. And once more, just to blend those two shades there, picking up some of that orange and merging those two colors where they meet. I mean, that is all. That's all we need. Just feather that out slightly. Oh, I am not complaining. I am so happy. The same on this end. And now that I have that, I'm gonna go right back into the Naked Heat and pick up, I think, He Devil, and also Ashes. Actually, let's start with He Devil. Pack that in the outer corner of my eye with like a flat shader brush. Literally putting all that all there and then moving it in slightly. But this is just to deposit that color in there. More of He Devil. I mean, what a name. And then I'm picking up a tiny shader brush. I'm picking up Ashes and going right into that corner. And once again, just for depth. I think I might actually pick up some of those oranges from the Morphe palette just to blend that out on my lower lid. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Gel Liner, and it's in the color Blackout. I'm literally just going into the outer corners there, building up the narrowest like little micro wing, and going into the lash line. I don't want too much drama. I just want a little bit of a to define that shape, that wing. And I'm going to go over this with a liquid liner, but that helps to just create that shape so that I don't go like squiggly with the liquid. We try our best. Yeah, it's generally the same shape. Now let's perfect that with liquid eyeliner. So I'm gonna try and get behind this one to build it up without messing up anything there. Oh, don't blink. And this one is a lot more like, so building this one up just a little bit. Okay, a little more roundness to this one. Okay, it's dry now, so I need to dip right back into the products. I'm breathing heavily because if I stuff this up, I'm just gonna be making this one bigger and then this one even bigger and then going back and forth until I look like a raccoon, and that's not the look I'm going for. Okay. Again, shut the fuck up, spots, and do the right thing. Would be such a great help if my lashes were just straight, like just straight jutting out, but then I have to curl them and have that problem. So I'll take this problem over that problem. And now I'm going into my Essence mascara, one of my faves again. It is the Lash Princess False Lash Effects Mascara. A beautiful brush, stunning formula, not wet at all. And you know how mascara dries as you use it? This one dries, but it does not crumble and just make a mess. And the brush itself, it's a beautiful bristle brush, tapered towards the end, so you can get this tiny little lashes. It's amazing. It really is amazing. For the price, it's a dream. Okay, a little back combing because I'm always trying to straighten, flatten. I'm gonna be wearing falsies, I think, but I tried the most to get my lashes to behave with a mascara first, because sometimes if they look decent enough, I'm literally like, no need for lashes. Does anyone else think it's the most satisfying thing to do to watch someone else put on mascara? I could literally watch people put on mascara for like hours on end, because everyone has a different technique, and I mean it yields pretty much the same results, but depending on your lashes, it can be so satisfying. And depending on what mascara you use, depending on what you do, how you use it, it's so satisfying. And then, yeah, that's what I want. If that does not look stunning and just lifting and brightening to you, I don't know. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you're doing in this channel, because we stand a highlight here. And then going right into that corner. I don't want to do too much. Just there. Just there. And then on the other eye, just a little bit there. And then use the flat side of the brush just to diffuse that and make it so natural. And how beautiful are these? They look so natural, so fluttery. I think she's done such an amazing job. I love this pair. And then for glue, I went to the MAC store here in South Africa looking for, yeah, just the same tube. It's 410 rand, guys. 410 rand for glue, for lash glue. I mean, it is worth it. It's tried, tested. I love it. But get glue. I mean, a little more volume, but they still look so natural, and that's why I'm like, Jordan did such a good job. And now I'm going back into my contour palette, and I think once again I'm gonna go into Toffee and Hollow, just a little bit, like just a teeny weeny little bit for my nose contour. And I literally start right in there and go into the socket of my eye, just to make sure it's all well defined. And it looks natural. And then I go in there into those little grooves of my nose, and then into the sides of my nostrils. I think those shadows are also important to create, because that is literally going to give you the most natural looking nose contour. And what really pops it is the highlight, just in that groove there, to create a little bit of a pout. Just there. It's a little bit on the tip like that, and then in the center. And then picking up my contour brush just to like clean that up, because I don't want the edges of that highlight to be so harsh. I literally want them to be so diffused that it does not look like an actual product sitting there. I want it to look like just light catching on there, and I just want it to look natural. The more natural, the more convincing, just the better it looks. For the actual highlight of my face, I am using the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Oh Darling. This product is amazing. I've just bought another one because I hit pan after a couple of years on the other one. I was using it so much. It shouldn't be finished, but it is, because it's me. So I go in with this blush brush that I washed, and when I wash it and I dry it, I flatten it so that it's a blush brush from this side, but at this angle it's like it's flattened, and it just helps me pick up product on the very tip of it so I can deposit it on my cheeky cheeks, on my cheekbones rather. So a little bit, you tap off, and then voila. I mean, going in natural at first. I mean, you can call that supernatural, but this product is amazing. It really is. And then I put some right there between my eyebrows, just that little part of my forehead. And then my chin. And now for blush, my favorite product ever, Lane Sienna Silk. This thing is so amazing. It's like rusty, orangey, terracotta, with a little bit of shimmer. It just looks so natural, and I feel like it just goes with everything that I wear. I buy it by like the bucket loads. Every time I can find someone who sells Lane, I will buy like 6 at a time. I've done it before, and if it was still available, I'd buy more, basically. I think I have like 3 of these little things in my stores somewhere, but I need more because I'm scared like what happens when I run out. Always use a fan to like quick dry that spread so it locks everything in super quick. And when everything is dry, I will go back in with the littlest amount of powder left over on my cap, loose powder, and just dust it in, push that into all of that cream, mattify everything. Well, not completely, obviously. But it just helps to create the most clean finish, almost airbrush finish for your makeup. You're not gonna have any of those like spots from the setting spray on your face. It's just gonna look mattified and gel into your skin and just look absolutely stunning. This is my mask face, party at the top and literally barely nothing at the bottom. I don't even need that lip situation. I could have just put on lip balm and that would have been even more mask proof. But here's my face. And the nice thing about that little bit of a blush and highlight is that you're going to see it on top of the mask. So it looks like a full face. It looks like a complete face. This is it, guys. Let me show you the full effect. That's what's up. Enough party up there to convince people that, you know what, I'm serious and I'm still about this glam life. And to convince myself. And that's why I put on the lip, because no one can see that lip under there. But I know I have it on, and it makes me happy. That's all that matters. Cheerio. Bye.